Hi guys, Drive Gaming Crunch. I'm back for some Let's Play Brawlout. Last time I read the main character's dialogue, now to do theirs. Acolyte, one man and his ghoul. Working from the shadows, the cult of the Frozen Beak were once a real power players in the Obsidian world. These hooded zealots would do anything to revive their long-dead master, the ominously named Glacier Ghoul. After years of dodgy dealings, occult sermons, and one or two ritual sacrifices, the cultists managed to call back their lord from the other world, expecting a towering fiend with fists like icebergs. It was a real shock when a tiny penguin ghost stepped through the realm of the dead. Most left the cult in complete embarrassment, while one loyal acolyte stayed to serve his master. Together, these two now inspire the true terror among the frogures and ice flows of Obsidian. Dr. Tyson Stein. Mad scientist. A once revered scientist, Dr. Tyson Stein lives far away from the prying eyes of society, expelled from the scientific community due to experiments involving electricity and dopey undergraduates. The doctor now works from the comfort of his secret ice fortress. Without things like moral codes or the police to stop him, Tyson Stein made his breakthrough, creating life from his own flippers. Immensely strong and obedient to boot, Dr. Tyson Stein decided it was time for the world to see his masterpiece. Riding atop his patchwork pal, the doctor set out for civilization. Everyone would recognize his true genius, even if it killed them. Senator Feathers. Old Ironbeak, in an alternate Acroperia that abandoned its tribal roots, Senator Feathers stands against a hawkish administration that would lay waste to its neighbors. Having seen the horrors of war firsthand, he hopes to usher in a new age of peace through cooperation and compromise. Though a pacifist he is not, a Senator Feathers will roll up his sleeves and give someone the old one too, should innocent people be at risk. While he's no spring chicken, he's always out trying to help the public, much to the chagrin of his opponents. His speech may be brash and his outfit garish, but Senator Feathers will always try to do what's right, even if it means cracking a few heads. Natura, Keeper of the Grove. One of Saphira's many cousins, Natura tends to the sacred groves on the slopes of Mount Mignon. Her time as Grove Keeper means she can commune with the plants, even control them to fend off trespassers. While her connection with the Filian royal family would give her access to untold riches, Natura prefers the rural life and actively sprungs most material possessions. I say most. Natura is a sucker for gardening equipment. Her sacred duty means that she doesn't get much time off the mountain, so she's always grateful for anyone leaving an offering of a new trowel or wheelbarrow at the foot of the mountain Manian. Do you want to leave, cat? Somebody bought me. Look! Look at this! Look at this! You get to leave now. Ooga Tooga. Strangers in Paradise. Tired from their many escapades, Olaf and Tyson decided it was time for a well-deserved holiday. After several days of bickering over the destination, the two finally set sail on an island paradise of Wahakiti, leaving the frozen wastelands of Obsidian far behind them. The two took everything the island offers: surfing, hula dancing, hiking, the lot. What started as a 2-week holiday soon turned into an indefinite stay, as Olaf and Tyson decided that they much preferred the island life. Giving up their old names and their life of crime, the once feared duo became pillars of the community, defending its shores from anyone that would dare spoil the atmosphere. Apunatics. Space, the final frontier that Apu had yet to conquer. World domination was not enough for the simian warlord. He was looking to become the Sultan of the Stars. Putting his scientists to work, he searched the heavens for a planet in the need of a ruler. eventually settling on a little world situated somewhere on the outer spiral arm of the Milky Way. He then set about building a grand spacecraft capable of whisking him away to another world. After several rocket tests and years of rigorous training, Apu was ready for interstellar conquest. Donning a special spacesuit, he blasts off into a great beyond, ready to spread his empire across the cosmos. Apocalypse. Apocalypse Now. Turns out experimenting with Eldritch magic wasn't the best idea. After years of unchecked magical experimentation, Apu managed to turn the planet into one huge wasteland. The oceans had dried up, the air was transformed into noxious soup, and the planet life has ceased to exist. Roaming the planet in command of a chaotic convoy of misfits, freaks, and mutants, Apu still thinks of himself as a king, just with no land, gold, or loyal subjects. Renaming himself Apocalypse, he wields an exploding metal fist instead of his trusty whip. You don't want to mess with this road warrior. Nightmare. The nighttime nemesis. Nightmare is a black spot on the Falelian family tree. The daughter of King Whiskra IV. She became an unwitting sacrifice after her father failed to hold up his end of the bargain with a fiendish wizard. Reborn as a demoness, Nightmare hunts down those who break their promises, stealing that which is most dear to them while they are fast asleep. Oathbreakers, serial debtors, and those who flake on dinner appointments, none are safe from the wrath of Nightmare. Vandal. The Body Electric. The frontman of the Aryan metal band and Volt's estranged cousin, Vandal is on the front of raw energy. When he's not melting faces on his guitar, he has been known to melt the literal faces of anyone who would cause trouble at his gigs. Vandal also does all of his band's pyrotechnics, including shooting forked lightning out of his eyes during particularly intense solos. Despite the spikes, skulls, and screaming on stage, Vandal is a pretty laid-back hedgehog in real life. After a gig, he loves nothing more than taking off his steel-toed boots, making some herbal tea, and doing a crossword. Condor X. Peace without compromise. Designed as an ultimate sentry, Condor X is meant to keep Akapira truly safe. This cybernetic peacekeeper is on a watch at all times, circling in the skies above the hunting down anyone who dare threaten the peace. Modeled after a legendary chieftain from Akapira's past, Condor X doesn't let things like due process or mercy get in the way of its stopping a criminal. It is equipped with the latest weapons technology, including state-of-the-art laser eyes, a jetpack capable of immense aerial acceleration, and savage titanium talons. Fail to cooperate with its demands and there will be trouble. Mako. The Ocean Enforcer. Mako became a diver because he wanted to do something interesting. The ocean was calling to him. On his first solo dive, Mako found himself in the middle of an ancient temple surrounded by glittering jewels and riches. The temple around him rubbled the water and turned a deep shade of red. A tendril of murky black energy sunk out from the statue of the shark at the far end of the room and wrapped itself around Mako, diving straight through his skin and into his heart. The energy belonged to the spirit of a long-lost water god. Awoken by Mako's presence, it nestled inside of Mako's body and began changing him, transforming him into a shark. The spirit explained that Mako had been chosen to fulfill a great destiny. He would become the guardian of Anarura's shores, bringing the wrath of the gods down on anyone who damaged them. The oceans had a new protector, at least when he's not out partying on the beach anyways. Ripjack. Rip and tear. More machine than hedgehog, Ripjack is a lieutenant in the Apocalypse's convoy of chaos. Constant exposure to unstable magic has fried Ripjack's brain, turning him into a feral beast that feels no pain. While it makes him the perfect berserker, he's incredibly reckless in battle, often sacrificing limbs to finish off his enemies. As he is such a force of nature, Apu has done everything in his power to keep him alive, turning Ripjack into a tangled mess of bone and metal. With a deadly crusher claw, bionic eyes, and ferocious metal spikes, you don't want Ripjack to hunt you down. Really, Cat? Funkmaster. Lord of the Dance. Before his days as a murderous tyrant, Apu was a killer on the dance floor. Discos up and down Samaria were full of rumors about a legendary Funkmaster. A monkey with moves so fly you think he was from a Isipira. Dressed in the finest cloister and with a luscious afro, the Funkmaster would dazzle audiences with his amazing moves. The fame, money, and fans eventually went to Apu's head, leaving him desperate for more. When Disco died and the war began, Apu swapped his dancing shoes and golden chains for his whip and iron fist. While he may not be king of the world just yet, Apu will always be the king of the dance floor. So that's what happened.
Guancho Poncho.
The traveling troubadour. Rather than become a wrestler, this Paco's passion was for music. He became a traveling mariachi, using his extra limbs to play two instruments at the same time. He moved from town to town, bringing joy and song to anyone who would listen. Tales of the four-armed bard spread across Ananura, with fans coming from all corners of the world to hear him play. He also became famous for his bravery, with fans telling stories of him defending travelers and fending off hordes of bandits. Now nicknamed Guancho Pancho by his adoring public, this musician is always on the move. Finally, Stingra, the guardian of the hive. As the estranged member of Saphira's extended family, Stingra is the matriarch of the underground insectoid colony, located deep within the Iranian jungles. She rules as part of the Council of Matriarchs, with each one representing a different insect tribe. Her tribe mainly focuses on food production and defense. Their large stingers being powerful enough to fell the largest threat. Stingra is never too far from her people, as a cloud of her smallest subjects follow her wherever she goes. They act as both a hyper-aggressive guard detail and Stingra's personal communications device. No matter the distance, give Stingra a quick buzz and she'll be back to defend her people. And that is it. That is Brawlout. Hope you guys enjoy this. And I'll see you guys later. Peace, my guys.